Hello, I'm WBZ-TV meteorologist Barry Burbank. I have your forecast for the next several days, starting off with this Saturday. And let's take a look at the daylight tracker from the get-go here and see what's going on. We've got a sunset coming up today at 6:05. The sun rose this morning at 6:55. So we're getting less and less daylight, of course, as you know, every single day, which is kind of depressing. And by the time, just a few days from now, we'll have the first sunset at 6 o'clock and getting before 6 o'clock. And on October 17th, we'll have the first sunrise at 7 o'clock in the morning. But then look at this. This is not good news at all. Of course, the return of standard time on Sunday, November 4th, will be going back, setting the clocks back, or falling back 1 hour. So the sun will be setting at 4:33. Flip side is we'll be having a sunrise a little earlier at 6:21. That's on November 4th. Going back to the month of October, we've had pretty much nothing but red squares except last Saturday when we were sort of even for the day. But red squares indicating above average temperatures, certainly maxed out this past Wednesday when Boston hit 86 degrees. We're not going to see that again this year. I predict that. No more 80s this year, no more in 2018, because we're into a very different weather pattern now. We're going to see a lot of blue squares indicating below average temperatures coming up in the weeks ahead. In fact, this is the latest date for the first 50-degree temperature in Boston since records were began back in 1872. This morning, Boston's low was 50 degrees even, so it didn't go below 50, but I'm sure it's going to be below 50 tomorrow morning, so I think we can put in October 14th. Now, it may possibly get below 50 just before midnight tonight, but I think it's more likely it's going to be tomorrow morning, no matter how you cut it. We're clearly in the #1 position for this record anyway. We're 5 or 6 days later than the previous record of 1983. Then you get 1921, 1968, and 2010 for the latest dates for the first 50-degree temperature in Boston. Fall foliage tracker, yeah, the fall foliage extravaganza continues. A lot of observers saying it's more brilliant, more vibrant than they've seen in quite a few years in several locations, not necessarily every spot, but we're getting a lot of good commentary about this foliage season. But it's already past peak in the northern mountains, still some residual color up there, but there certainly has been some leaf drop. There's even been leaf drop down here in southern New England, even if we haven't reached peak, but there are some beautiful trees around. So enjoy the foliage this weekend, but it's not going to be that great today because of the rain which is falling. In fact, it's not only rain, but it's actually been some snow up there in the higher elevations. This picture this morning from Brandon near Stratton, Vermont, where they had snow of the higher elevations covering the deck there. And these batches of showers will be going through this morning and into the afternoon hours. Now, most of these showers will be on the light side. Once in a while, in a few areas, it could be a brief, moderate shower going by, but then after 3 o'clock this afternoon, I think we'll blossom into a good deal of sunshine, and we'll have that clear weather through tonight, and we'll have mostly fair weather tomorrow morning, but there'll be some high thin cloudiness may be seen during the day, especially across extreme southern New England during tomorrow. So that's the forecast. But before we get to tomorrow, we're going to have a cold night, and the frost advisory is up by the National Weather Service for a good chunk of New England, and even freeze warnings across parts of northern New England. Down here, it's mainly west and northwest of the I-95 corridor, which stands the best risk of getting some frost in scattered areas. There might be a few areas here in southeastern Massachusetts in the lowlands, which may also have a little bit of a frost threat later tonight in those susceptible spots. Well, the ALCS gets going tonight as the Sox take on the Astros. First pitch temperature around 51, of course, cooling off a little bit after that. There'll be a little bit of a cool breeze, but not a strong wind. Just a few scattered clouds to almost mostly clear skies, so this rain will be long gone by then. And then for tomorrow night, we've got a partly cloudy sky, 53 at first pitch for the 7:09 start of that game. And as the Pats host the Chiefs at Gillette Stadium tomorrow evening, after fairly nice tailgating weather, it'll be cool and dry for kickoff, around 54. Fourth quarter temperature around 50 degrees. The weather pattern is changing, and we're not going to have any more warm weather. Can't say we can't have a brief shot of milder weather once in a while, but for the next few weeks, we'll have this overall weather pattern favoring below average temperatures much of the time, but not necessarily every single day. We'll have occasional shots of colder weather coming down. One of those shots will be happening Wednesday night and Thursday. After we have a brief shower possible on Wednesday afternoon, we get that cold shot on Thursday, highs only in the middle 40s. And then after some frosty weather across much of the area next Friday morning, it'll warm up a little bit. But most of this week, most of the days will be below average temperatures, and the average temperature, high temperatures for Boston for this time of the year, lower 60s. That may happen on Monday, maybe 62 or 63 with some showers. And then it's just mostly sunny after that until we get a shower on Wednesday. So that's your forecast for the next 7 days ahead. Hope you have a happy and safe weekend.